Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today we are coming back to Interior in a Movie. Yes, everybody's favorite series. So today for this Interior in a Movie, we are going to be talking about another TV show. We're going to be talking about Gravity Falls. Which, I don't know if you could tell by me and Wolfgang's outfits, but yes, we are going to be talking about Gravity Falls today. It is one of my favorite TV shows ever, cartoons ever, this peak show right here. So I've been kind of delaying this video. The interior part, that was super easy for me. I did that in 5 seconds, but I've been kind of thinking very hard about what my commentary is going to be for this, because I feel like I don't have many bad things to say about this series. It's my all-time favorite thing ever. I'm a huge Gravity Falls nerd. I have one of the blacklight journals, the special blacklight journals. I have a purse of Bill Cipher, which I made. I actually made that devilish thing. And I'm just the biggest fan. I feel everything bad I have to say about this series is gonna be super nitpicky, but I think we're gonna go through each one of the episodes. I'm gonna give them a short rating and then just talk a little bit about them. I also want to talk a bit about the characters, because I feel that's also very important. So yeah, let's get into that. Let's see. So let's talk about, I guess, my background with the series. It was 2011, 2012, I believe, is when the series came out. I was already in high school. I was already way past Disney Channel age, but I think that was when my dad was okay, we're getting rid of the cable. We're finally gonna do it, because Netflix and YouTube weren't a thing yet. So getting rid of cable was an absolute nightmare. But yeah, so I was gonna be missing I still liked watching the kids shows when we had to get rid of all the Disney Channel, Cartoon Network, and Nickelodeon. So yeah, I was really bummed about that. And so I was trying to soak up all the TV that I could at the time, and I was okay, what is this show they keep pushing at me? Because I think usually Disney Channel, I wouldn't say promoted the show a lot, but definitely I think it was the day the show was premiering, so obviously they were going to be pushing it more on that. So every commercial break there was at least one commercial for Gravity Falls. That was probably going to be on 9 or something, 8, 9. One of those times I was I had been watching TV just all day, trying to soak up the cable as I could, and so I was okay, it's been pushed at me literally 20 times at this point. I'm just gonna watch it. I didn't go into it being oh yeah, this looks fun and interesting. I kind of went into it with negative vibes, but you know what, quite literally after Dipper's intro monologue, I was just alright, this is kind of funny. I'm hooked. And I really feel it's the kind of it started the resurgence, I feel of modern cartoons being really cool, because now we have Star, we got Over the Garden Wall, we have Owl House, which I still need to watch, which I know a lot of the people who worked on Gravity Falls also work on Owl House now. And yeah, I've just started this cool cartoon resurgence, and I was yes, please. But unfortunately, I think I only got up to episode 8 or 9 before my dad cut the cable, and I had to watch the rest of the series on I don't know, I'd go through Kiss Cartoon and all the bad illegal websites to just watch this show, because I did love it so much, directly from the start. It was immediate. Once I saw it, I was just love, love, love. So we're going to talk about a little bit about season 1. I guess an overall impression of season 1 is it seems it's a very filler. When you look at it from objectively, I feel a lot of Gravity Falls feels like filler. But that's because you gotta look underneath the layer. I'm super dumb, mystery and all that just whoop goes right over my head. I tried to do a bunch of mystery islands. Actual people have themed their islands in Animal Crossing off of Cluedo, like Rosie Horizons had her Cluedo Island, and I was just too stupid to solve it. I'm just really stupid when it comes to mysteries, and yet I really love this show, like, a lot. Because, like, it's something you feel like rewatching. Like, I have never not wanted to rewatch Gravity Falls. I was just, like, when I was preparing for the series, I was like, yeah, I get to rewatch Gravity Falls for, like, the billionth time. And I'm just like, yes. And I feel like every new rewatch, I'm like, oh, was that a throwaway line? Or was that hinting to something, like, happen later? Like, there's, like, so many, like, of those little clues and stuff that you don't, like, you can't just rewatch it once. You gotta keep rewatching it and noticing stuff. And yeah, we love that for us, even though we are stupid here. Yeah, so season 1, although it seems like it's very filler, it's beautiful. Like, I already talked about Tourist Trap. Tourist Trap is the first episode. I love it. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 for Tourist Trap. And, oh god. Just, that's where you fall in love with all the characters. I'm like, and that twist, yeah, 10 out of 10. And there's episode 2, Legend of the Couplewonker, also pretty good. I don't think I'm thinking about, because I rewatched these before I was filming. I was like, do I have any problems with this one? And I don't think so. And also the camera bit, oh my god, you have to look up the camera bit on YouTube or something if you haven't seen the camera bit. Okay, that is the funniest thing ever. Like, oh my god. They just go through all the cameras and I'm like, okay, it's gonna not sound funny if I explain it. You gotta see it for yourself if you haven't already, but that's peak comedy right there. And then, yes, Headhunters, also very good. That's the 3rd episode where there's a bunch of wax museum, which I think it was very fun, and I don't think a lot of kids are gonna get who Larry King is, but that's a joke for us. Like, I love that episode. Because I don't know, it's just very funny, and you get to meet the incompetent cops, but I don't know, they're incompetent, but they're lovable. Derlin and, oh my god, Blubs and Derlin, they're incompetent, but we love them. Yeah, so that episode's pretty fun, and also coins the Mystery Twins. I love the Mystery Twins. The Hand That Rocks the Maple, that's 4th episode with Gideon, and I definitely, okay, so I've had, like, definitely a Gideon type of, like, guy interested in me. It's just, like, you know, they're, like, very overly pushy, and you don't want to say no to them, so, like, I could relate too much to that, so it kind of, I think, pushed down my ratings. Like, I'd put it at, like, a 6 or a 7, because I was like, ooh, I have to feel that, and I don't want to feel that. Like, ooh, the cringe, don't like it. But yeah, once again, that's kind of like nitpicky. I feel like all my things are gonna be like nitpicky. If I say I have a problem with this show, it's gonna be, let's be real, it's gonna be nitpicky as hell. And then let's see, The Inconveniencing is also pretty good. Who doesn't love a haunted convenience store? And you get to meet Wendy and her crew. Love all that for us. And then, oh my god, just, you know, quality Smile Dip. I don't know, like, I relate with a lot of Mabel type stuff, because that was definitely who I was when I was 12. I was definitely the girl in the weird sweaters. I thought high school was gonna be like High School Musical, because I was 12 when High School Musical came out. Also, shout out to High School Musical. I'm recording this on January 20th, which is High School Musical's birthday. 15 years of High School Musical. Sorry, that's just a little Disney rant, no worries. And then Dipper versus Manliness. I found myself more appreciative of this one, because Dipper, I know he's like struggling because there's all these like kind of, you know, toxic masculinity. You have to like be manly, you have to be gruff, and it's like, no, I can like a girly pop song. That, and he like walks away and sings like, yeah, that's the man thing to do. You were your own man, and you walked away from a situation you didn't feel comfortable in and didn't want to kill the multi-bear. So I love that for him. Yes, Dipper, we love Dipper here. Let's see, Double Dipper episode 7, which is the whole party situation, and he's overthinking, like, I'm part Dipper, and I'm also a little bit like I'm like part Mabel, and I'm also a little bit part Dipper, I feel like, because definitely like when I have a crush on a girl, I just like, I'm overthinking it, I'm making complicated lists, I'm playing out scenarios in my head that just never happen. So I definitely can relate to that. I do not relate to the crush or like having a crush that's like significantly older than me, and I feel like that was a little awkward throughout the whole series, but overall I feel like they ended it very maturely and handled it. I feel like they handled it pretty well, I'd say. And also we get Paper Jam Dipper in this episode. I love the whole just like, okay, it's never explained, but why, what, who made the copy machine? Why does the copy machine exist? But that's a little nitpicky again. Irrational Treasures, episode 8, which love that. Quentin Trouble, I don't know. It's like the whole, yeah, I think one of those things definitely I struggled with as a child was being like too silly and like having to like tone that back. And then, Time Traveler's Pig. I loved episode 9, Time Traveler's Pig. And then let's see. I just rewatched that one. Okay, there are a bit of whenever you go into like time travel is when you kind of like mess it up. I know like Harry Potter did time travel, and people have like questions about it. People are always gonna have questions about time travel, and you're always gonna do something wrong with it. So like, why, when they went back, were there not like other versions of themselves? And they like it when you question things, you know what, you have less of a good time. But yeah, I love that episode, like I'm saying with all these episodes. Fight Fighters, I loved all the 90s references. It reminds me, this time I was at PAX and me and my friend Marcus was playing on a Final Fight arcade machine. And so I noticed a lot of the Gravity, like the references in that, and I'm like, I remember that, hey, from Gravity Falls, because I think I did play some arcade games, like I did still like, but I was like late 90s, so I didn't get like the most arcade game experience, but there was still some at like Roller Skate King, you know, all those like, there's like roller rinks, there's Chuck E. Cheese, there was like, so I did kind of grow up in that area, but I definitely got like the tailwind of it. But yeah, those are the first 10 episodes. I don't know if I should actually do the rest, like, because I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna be like, yeah, love it, 10 out of 10. Yes, so I'm a little bit more scrambled. I apologize, because I don't know, I just love the series. But yeah, I think the rest of the episodes, oh my god, I love, okay, so I think the one thing I do want to talk about, if I'm gonna just not keep it, I know I was kind of going on wrong, but I love in Dreamscapers how Bill's kind of like presented as a one-time villain. It's so weird, like, what, I don't see, like, he's kind of presented as like a one-time villain, but yet if you're watching, like, rewatching things, you're like, no, he's like, or if you're watching it for the first time, you can notice it too, but there's like Bill symbols everywhere, and it's like, oh ho ho, he may not be a one-time villain. Which kind of leads on to kind of like how much, obviously, he's a present in season 2. Just like, oh god, Sock Opera. Sock Opera is one of my favorite episodes. I loved, like, season 2 just like popped off. It was kind of more like, definitely more plot based, I feel like, you know, and just, yeah, that's where we found out, oh yeah, Northwest Mansion Mystery and Not What He Seems. Oh my god, Not What He Seems and The Tale of Two Stands were like just peak episodes, you know, when Ford enters the scene, it's just like, whoa. But yeah, I just, not much to say, I guess, about season 2. I love a lot of season 2, of course. Weird Mageddon was just fabulous. Love all that. Like, I think, let's see, I forget how, but me and my friend, there was like a live stream, I think, since I didn't have cable, I was like, oh no, so me and my best friend John watched like the finale together. We like live streamed it on the TV, which I was just like, well, see, with most of the episodes, I think we watched them I guess, well, we like kind of watched them at the same time. It's like, because I remember let's see. So I was watching most of them on like Kiss Cartoon stuff, but then I kind of like fell off for a while. So I'm not sure if I actually like saw Dreamscapers until much later, like all the later half of season 1. And then I think I picked up around getting new episodes around the same time actually as like Scarioki, I think. I picked up around like season 2 when season 2 was like first starting to premiere. So they usually have like episodes the day after, but for obviously the finale I couldn't wait. So I was like, gotta find a live stream, gotta watch it like the second it comes out. And so that's what me and my friend John did. And oh god, it was an emotional time. He probably will never see me as emotional as I was watching the Gravity Falls finale. But yeah, I was just, it was good. Like, I know some people are upset, like, that some things kinda got left behind, but you know what? I liked it. Like, I'm glad they kind of got to end it on their own terms. I'm glad they didn't like drag it on. Like, I know, Star definitely like lagged a bit. Like, you can definitely notice like the first 3 seasons of Star vs. Force Reveal were like good, but around 4 and 5 they kind of like were definitely dragging their feet a bit. Like, I bet like a lot of it was kind of like filler, and we're like, okay. Like, I would have rather had, like, I know a lot of people wanted season 3 of Gravity Falls, but I was like, I'm glad they ended it on their own terms, and, like, I was fulfilled with the story. I was like, you know what? We're good. 10 out of 10. Yeah, so I kind of love that they got to end on their own terms, and they just, you know, it felt like I was satisfied with it. If you weren't satisfied with it, let me know. I like to hear your guys' opinions. But yeah, I love the ending so much, and just remember, yep, I was in full Mabel cosplay. I had my bill-shaped bag just with me, and I was just, you know, watching it with my friend John. Yeah, unfortunately I haven't made it to season 2 of the rewatch yet. I've just been kind of like rewatching it on my own time, and I know, like, I just wanted to get the video out, like, because I was like, okay, you're dragging your feet a bit. It's you're probably not gonna go over like all the points you want to, but you know what? We're just going for it. We're just kind of going at it. But yes, I think part of the reason that definitely like drew me to the series, I'm from Washington. I grew up in the Pacific Northwest, so I feel like that was definitely a big pull of the series for me. I feel like it's definitely, and I was talking a little bit about like the characters. I definitely relate to Mabel because that's definitely who I was when I was 12. Like, I was all plushes and color and glitter and boy crazy with like a new crush every week. Like, just such a positive outlook. I was like, wow. I remember when I used to be like that, and now I'm just like an adult, and I'm slightly less optimistic about things as I was. So yeah, I definitely relate to Mabel, and I love Mabel and Dipper's like sibling relationship, because that's definitely like what I've always wanted to have in a sibling, somebody who would make those sacrifices. And I unfortunately didn't have that. Like, it's based off of Alex Hirsch, who's the creator, and his twin sister. I think her name's Ariel, yeah. And that's this is kind of like my ideal, like what I kind of wanted out of my childhood. Like, my sister is like a year older, but I know she would never make some of the sacrifices that Dipper had to make for me. We have a really bad relationship, so seeing this really like sibling reliant relationship just sort of like, it was just like, why can't I have that? And then also, I didn't have a grandfather growing up, so I feel like at least my grandfather on my like father's side, I feel like he would have acted like Stan, because Stan kind of acts like a little bit like my dad, but also like I feel like if I had a grandfather, I feel like he'd act like Stan. Just, you know, grump con man, but we love him. And yeah, so I was just kind of like, this is the family that I want, but I can't have, so I'm gonna just live vicariously through this series. It's fine. Yeah, so I'm just, a whole bunch of issues family-wise this brought up. And I was just, it grabs, like, the spirit of, like, my childhood, but obviously, like, it's not exactly my childhood because it's Saoirse's childhood. And yes, it's just, every time I watch it, I just feel like, oh, I'm home. And I never get tired of rewatching it. I just, 10 out of 10, love the series so much. I did a room in Happy Home Designer, which we'll look at the end, because I just love the series. I was like, I want to create a room. My Happy Home Designer project actually was what kind of inspired this project. Yeah, so we'll have a look at that in a little bit. I'm trying to think of, I guess we've talked about Stan, we've talked about the twins, and then we should probably talk. Yeah, I guess Ford's okay too. I feel like we didn't get enough time with Ford to know him, and we're just like, I know a lot of people are upset, like, what was he doing in the portals? It's like, okay, do you need to know? Like, I don't care. Like, I think some of it's explained in the journal, but I don't know. Like, I know people get really, like, people do have a lot of, like, opinions. I feel like, okay, one of my, like, I hate people who blame Weird Mageddon on Mabel. Like, that is my, like, no, how dare you? Because, what, she's, like, 12? Like, people are like, oh, she's, like, so stupid, like, Bill tricked her. She's 12! Like, guys, you can't say you wouldn't, like, make those bad decisions. Like, you're 12, come on. Like, that's not an excuse, it's just a fact. You're not, like, thinking, like, oh, maybe this might be a big idea. No, she's afraid of growing up, which is something I can relate to. Like, if I was given the opportunity to, like, stop summer and, like, the best summer of their lives, if somebody, like, presented that to me, you bet I wouldn't think, maybe this is a Bill trick. Who would think that? Like maybe, probably Dipper would feel like that, but come on, guys. Like, you cannot like, don't tell me you didn't make dumb decisions when you were 12, because you didn't know any better, and your actions have consequences. But yeah, I hate people who just, like, Mabel's so selfish. Like, no, like, stop. Here's the door. Like, come on, guys. Yeah, so that's an opinion I do not subscribe to. Like, no thanks. Mabel did nothing wrong. Mabel did nothing wrong. She is pure being. We support Mabel Pines on this channel. If you don't support Mabel, I'm sorry, you're just wrong. Like, there's the door. But yeah, before that, sorry, I was gonna talk about Bill real quick. Like, I think some people are definitely have a problem. Well, one, the fandom has just ruined him with humanization. I'm like, okay, please do not humanize the demon triangle and then ship him with the 12-year-old. That's not okay, guys. That's another thing we don't subscribe to. And then I don't know. I do like him as a villain though. Like, he's just so weird, and like, I feel like even if we were to get an explanation, I don't want an explanation to Bill. Like, do not explain this thing to me. I'm happier keeping that part of my brain pure, please. Do not try to explain Bill Cipher to me. He's just weird. Like, he created the Weird Mageddon. Like, of course he's just weird evil boy. Like, okay, just weird evil triangle. Like, I'm gonna say okay to that. Maybe this is just me being dumb. I know, like, people want to put deeper meaning into things, but I'm like, do we need to, guys? This is a children's show. Like, sometimes I feel like people who, like, put deeper meaning into this stuff are not having, like, a good time. Like, yeah, we should put some thought into this. Like, there is some thought put into this, and we should definitely put some more thought into it. We should all culminate, but we should not, like, let it, like, differ. Like, you can be critical of something and still enjoy it. I agree. But you know what? Personally, I'm just happier not knowing some of these questions. Like, I think, well, definitely, like, there's been things like, oh, we wrapped it up in the end. Like, I think a big question was, like, what happened to Dipper 3 and 4, the paper jam, like, or the paper copies that rode off on top Robbie's dirt bike? And then they showed that little clip in the end of them just, like, hanging out under, like, a rain tarp and just chilling out. And I'm like, wow. I didn't need that, but you did that for me, so thank you. So I've been happy what the team, like, put out for us. And then, of course, there are a lot more secrets in the journal, which, love that for the journal. The blacklight one's really cool. Like, I love this thing. And I think the summer at least the regular one came out, actually. I was working at the Science Center, and I was just, chilling out with my journal. And then I attracted a swarm of the camp kids. They were supposed to be going to like, the bathrooms, and the camp, they saw the journal. They're like, whoa! And they just, like, crowded around me. Because I was waiting for my shift to start, because I work there. So, and all the counselors were like, don't crowd around her. I'm like, nah, it's cool. We're just chilling out talking about Gravity Falls. And they're like, where'd you get that? I'm like, a bookstore. Like, whoa. Yeah, so I really liked, and of course I've had my, like, Comic-Con experiences with Gravity Falls. I do like there's usually some fan meetups, and everybody loves the bill purse, even though I literally had nightmares after making it. And yeah, so my main points, I guess, are just, like, love the series. It's a big part of my life. I'll rewatch it anytime I want to. Because that's just a big comfort to me. And if you haven't watched it, well, you've probably watched it if you've made it to this point in the video. But yeah, I guess let's talk about a little bit more about the creation. Yeah, so it was a struggle. Like, I put Teddy as Seuss in there. I know Anne wanted Teddy as Dipper, but I was like, let's put him as Seuss. He strikes me as more of a Seuss. And then I have Wolfgang as Dipper, because he was originally Dipper in my, like, Gravity Falls, like, rooms, which I'm gonna show off the rooms in just 1 second. And yeah, so I was like, yes, Teddy, my boy. But I was missing a lot of the Happy Home Designer, like, materials that I had. I had a lot of different, like, stuff from Happy Home Designer. I was like, dang it, I don't have it in this game. Nerds to that. But overall, I'm very happy with how the room turned out. I'm just like, yes, beautiful, beautiful Heart of Silence. Oh yeah, one of the items that I was frustrated I didn't have was Mabel's, like, in her shooting star outfit, she has, like, a purple pencil skirt, and unfortunately, there is no such thing in New Horizons. So I'm just like, okay, I'll make do. And then I gave her star boppers, because I was like, yeah, that's the type of thing that Mabel would have, I feel like. And yeah, so that's basically my thoughts, my hot takes. Let me know, like, what year, if you guys like the series, just let me know in the comments. Also, I would be appreciative if you leave a like, a comment, and subscribe, all that good stuff. I thank you for joining me for another Interior in a Movie. Please leave all that good stuff. Appreciate y'all. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye now.